WTVA Sports with Sports Director Jim Holder.
State high school slow pitch softball playoffs continue. This is the second round this evening. And by the way, the state championships are 1 week from Saturday in Ridgeland. We start tonight with Smithville at Ingomar, and the Lady Seminoles won game 1 14-11. Lady Falcons have a 7-2 lead in game 2, but in the bottom of the fourth, Smithville's Katie Spann with a base hit down the left field line. Tristan Price will round third and score to cut it to 7-3 after that slide. A little later in the frame, it's 7-4 when Laura Grace Woods delivers this base hit to the wall in left. Taylor King and Chloe Summerford score to cut it to 7-6. Lady Knowles go on to win game 2 by the final of 16-10. They're moving on to the third round. Smithville will next play the winner of this game from earlier this afternoon, East Webster at West Union, game 1. Top of the second, East Webster's Coy Jennings with a base hit that will score Josie Reed. Lady Wolverines have a 5-0 lead, and as you look around, somebody's making faces and they're getting on TV. That's how it is. Later, Lexi Crenshaw with the grounder that's going to score Kately Box to make it 6-0. Lady Eagles would force a pop-up to get out of the frame, but East Webster wins game 1 by the final of 19-2. They also win game 2 18-0. So East Webster and Smithville will play in Thursday's third round. ICC's Grace Joyce, the MAC's JC Women's Soccer Player of the Week. She scored a total of 4 goals in 2 games. Joyce with a goal in the Lady Indians win this afternoon over Northwest. Also, the men's game, Indians stay unbeaten in the North with a 3-2 win. Back in the preseason, East Union's football team was part of our two-a-days previews. We covered the Urchins' midnight practice, and at that time, head coach Kevin Walton and his team were going to run the veer offense. But during a loss to New Albany a couple of weeks ago, Walton decided to spread it out and throw it more. And so far, that's been a good move. East Union is 2-0 in its division for the first time ever, following wins over Bruce and Walnut. The Urchins are off this week before traveling to Baldwin next week. In last Friday's game, freshman quarterback Ty Walton completed 14 of 17 passes for 291 yards and 5 touchdowns. And the younger Walton says he's come a long way in a short time.
I've gotten a lot better since the beginning of the year, learning how to run the offense and being more calm and back there in the pocket, learning how to scramble, and my arm's getting a lot stronger, and I've gotten a lot faster.
I couldn't be more pleased with his progress. He really works. You know, they always say your quarterback needs to be like your son, so in this situation it gives me more of an opportunity to get more time to watch film with him and work with him, and he's always willing to put in the extra work.
All right, ICC quarterback Clark Mills is the MAC-JC Offensive Player of the Week. Mills was 29 of 41 for 427 yards and 3 touchdowns to win over Holmes. The North Pontotoc product also rushed for 30 yards on 4 carries, and all of those numbers are career highs. Mills is ranked in the top 10 nationally in total passing yards and passing yards per game. East Mississippi's Everett Cunningham is the MAC-JC Defensive Player of the Week. The West Point product had 3 sacks in a win over Northwest, along with a forced fumble. He also broke up a pass. Cunningham and the Lions remain number 1 in the nation. Northwest, meanwhile, slips to number 5 after its loss to EMCC. Jones is number 7, Colin number 20, Gulf Coast and Hines are receiving votes. And the AP high school football not released today is expected to be out tomorrow. We shall see. And more honors for MSU's Montez Sweat. He was named the Bednarik Award and Bronco Nagurski National Defensive Player of the Week. Sweat, of course, was the SEC Defensive Player of the Week after 3 sacks in that win over Auburn. All these scores at WTVA.com. That is sports. More news after this. Stay with us.